What's up guys, in today's video, I bought 5 million game consoles for 5 million contestants. All you have to do is survive for 24 hours, but if you die in game, then you die in real life. Huh? Hunter x Hunter review. I'm outdated talking about the series given the fact that the anime ended back around 2014, which is already over a decade since, so why am I here exactly? Well, given that I make videos about anime, I think it makes sense to talk about anime series such as Hunter x Hunter. And as I am making this video right now, there hasn't been any news or mentions of Hunter x Hunter lately, at least from what I see. Regardless of that, I wanted to talk about my Hunter x Hunter anime experience and share my thoughts and input on how the series as a whole made me feel. This was also part of an anime marathon that I attempted to do, and to basically summarize it, I chose 5 anime series to watch continuously without having any breaks or interference. And spoiler alert, I failed. This marathon attempt was initiated either last year or 2 years ago, and I finished everything but one. It was Bleach! I talked about this in my first anime video, also mentioning this topic, and from that video, I barely started Bleach. And as of right now, I'm only halfway. Anyway, the reason why I brought this up is because Hunter x Hunter was one of the anime series that I chose to binge watch in this marathon. The main reason I chose Hunter x Hunter was because of my friends who have watched it, and it got me wondering what makes Hunter x Hunter special. And so this is where this video kicks in. I'll be discussing highlights and favorable moments throughout this video and basically just talk about my opinions on the overall anime, but keep in mind there will be spoilers in this video, so if you haven't watched or plan on watching the show, then go ahead and watch it and come back to this video. But if you're caught up or don't really care, then we shall continue. As a fellow Hunter x Hunter viewer, I believe at the initial start of the series, we were expecting these 4 were gonna be the main focus throughout the series. Though it did seem that way halfway through the show, we just don't see much of Leorio and Kurapika. It makes sense that they weren't the primary focus since the story is all about the main character, Gon, who sets himself on an adventure to find his dad, who hasn't even seen him for almost the entirety of his life.
Where's father gonna say when he comes back?
Father?
Yeah! You said he left to buy some milk 42 years ago! He could be back any minute!
And with each cast member given different goals for their own personal missions, it makes sense that each mission won't always align together. So throughout Gon's journey, it introduces characters that are here along the ride and eventually become familiar faces that reunite with us throughout the series. It gives more room to show why each character became a hunter and why becoming a hunter helps them fulfill their purpose. It doesn't really bother me that not all characters are the primary target, as I find it unique that it allows you to learn more about the story and the world. However, because of the lack of screen time for certain characters, I wasn't attached to most of them. The benefactors that got me on board to like some of these characters were honestly based on their personalities and the moments they offered to us. Of course, mentioning these characters, I do indeed have favorites of my own. Straight up, Killua, Bisky, Kai, and Morel are my favorites. I mean, what can I say about them? They're just simply badass in their own kind of way. I like the moments that they bring out in the series, and it gives each character uniqueness of their own. We have characters with unique weapons and other characters with unique transformations. And whatever that is. But on a serious note, I like these characters, which got me to stay in the show towards the end of it. Though there were some characters that were convincingly likable, not all characters fit my personal criteria. For instance, one of the main characters, such as Kurapika, only stood around half of the anime, and after that, we don't see him any further than that, other than his final appearance giving us an idea where he has been this whole time. And yes, I know, as I stated before, not all characters and hunters have the same purpose that'll align the same paths together. So it makes sense why we don't see Kurapika as much anymore, since the other half of the series doesn't really focus on Kurapika's targets, the Phantom tropes, which is primarily his main mission. Though I understand his background and reasoning of why he would be so occupied and away from Gon's journey, it just results in not much of an attachment to Kurapika compared to the other characters. And it's crazy how Kurapika appeared in the first episode and not even my top favorites. Now, I'm not trying to diss Kurapika by any means. He's a cool character, but is he my favorite? Not really.
I'm sorry, boy.
The one character I thought would appear on the first episode for sure was Killua. He's such a goated character, and yes, it may seem very biased and basic to favor Killua, but come on, you can't deny that he's a cool character. Killua may enter the story late, but he's been with Gon throughout his journey, and that right there is a W friend. The friendship between Gon and Killua really combines well with one another and also contrasts their perceptions. The way I see it, Gon is like a happy sunshine while Killua is like a killer moon. Either way, I feel like they as a duo are one of the pillars that keeps the series running, and watching them go on an adventure together is such a wonderful sight to see. Other than the good ones I mentioned, there are some bad ones, or perhaps just the one bad one. I'm sorry, but Hisoka 445 needs to be locked up. Top shit. He is not safe around everyone's radar, and this clown foolery makes all the other PDF files look like amateurs. Ugh, ew, this is horrible.